Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Zhaoqing. And today, you find us back on this bridge, heading back over the river. This is the, we went over the bridge way down the far western end of the city. When was that? Was that yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. I'm getting confused. And walked up through the main area of the Zhaoqing city. Today, let's whip this camera around for you. Today, as we come over the bridge, we're actually going to turn left and we're going to head down this way. There's a town site down there that I've never been to. So, we're going for a walk down there. I just spur of the moment thought, bugger it, I'm going for a walk. It's going to be a long walk. We have a big new car park down here. I'm not sure what this is all about. But maybe they're going to do something with this area here, make some kind of tourist thing. I don't know. But we're also going to have a look along, because we've got that new path running right the way along the river, along in front of Zhaoqing there. And I'm curious to see how far down it goes down this way. Whether it makes it all the way to that the bridge you can see way, well, maybe you can't see in this mist. It is a rather wet and dreary day today. It's a little bit chilly. I've even put a jumper on for this walk. Still in shorts, because that's just the way I am. But yeah, we're gonna head down and go and have a look at somewhere completely new over this way. It's a, yeah, somewhere new to explore, somewhere, hopefully there's some interesting stuff down there to have a look at. Just over in here, this little valley running through here, there's a little old village in there which I have walked through. I don't think I've ever done a video in there. We might have to go in there and give you a look through there. Some really, really old buildings in there. But yeah, it's rather a wet and dreary sort of day today. There is a little bit of rain in the air. It hasn't rained terribly heavy. I've been walking for about an hour. It's been, you know, tiny amount of drizzle, but not enough for me to bother pulling out my umbrella. I do have my umbrella on my back in my bag, but it has been sort of drizzling, but not heavy enough to pull out the umbrella yet. So we'll see how we go with that as well, as to how much videoing we can actually do. So you can see this bike path is carrying on down here. Someone riding down there at the moment. And hopefully it runs right through to that little township area. Quite a busy little road down here. Yeah, it gets very, very busy. But yeah, so we're on our way down to this little township area. Go and give you a look. You're going to see it for the first time at the same time as I see it for the first time. So stick around. We'll be back with you as we come across whatever we happen to come across on our way around. Don't go anywhere. So as we wander along the path here, we do have a number of these little viewing platforms along the roadway, which you can come out, have a look at the view over the river, which isn't great today with the grey skies and everything, but you get a nice day. The mountains in the background over there, it's absolutely beautiful. Got more mountains, so through here will be Antelope Gorge, which we've done a couple of videos in there, I think, from memory. And then mountains either side of the gorge. This is the new path that's being built down here, and you can see in the distance here we have another of these little platforms in here, and I could see about 4 of them along the way from the bridge. They're a bit strange and out of place really, because here we have a major road. There's no parking to get into these things, so I don't know who they're here for. It's a bit of a weird thing, but we're going to get our way back down. We've actually got a little bit of a lull in the traffic at the moment. There must be a red light up ahead of us, or have just been a red light. We're actually going to get back down here onto this path away from the road, because there is a lot of traffic coming down there, a lot of trucks and stuff. So we'll try and keep away from that as much as we can. Hey, here we go, back onto the concrete. So yeah, we're getting closer to this little town site. I'm still just walking. Plenty of shipping out there on the river. Plenty of boats going up and down. Actually, let's have a little look, just see what the temperature is today. So it is, wow, it's only 13 degrees. It doesn't feel that cold. But yeah, we've had a couple of really nice days. And then today, it is rather chilly. I mean, like I said up on the bridge, I'm still in shorts, but a lot of the locals won't be. This is sort of my kind of temperature, really. I quite like this kind of weather. A bit cooler, but yeah, the locals don't like it so much. They're used to something a little bit hotter than what I'm used to. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do down here. It looks like, so we've got a lot of gardens down here at the moment, but that big car park back down this way that's been, well, looked like a finished car park. It's still under construction once I had a good look. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do down here, whether they're going to make it some kind of touristy place, or they're just giving better access for all the people doing gardens. Maybe they're going to put in a pier or something down there for boating. I don't know, I'm guessing. We've got another big mountain up onto our right here, going way up. It's an interesting little walk, this one. There's all sorts of new things to see. I did, as we were walking, I did remember we have been through this town up here once. My old mate Peter, we actually decided to do a long bike ride. We rode right out to the bridge out here, across the river, and rode right the way back down the other way, right through Zhaoqing I've to the railway bridge. We just did a big circuit. So I have been out to this little town site one time in the past, but that is it. It's only been the once I've been out this way. So yeah, I'm interested to have a look around, see what things are like out here. So here's another of these little vantage points where you can take in the view. Again, there's no parking or anything there for people to park their cars sort of off of the road. So again, I don't know who it's for. I don't know how often people actually stop in there, and maybe people who are going past on bikes stop in there. I don't know, I'm guessing. But we'll be back with you as we get a little bit further along. We do have the drone with us. I was going to try and get the drone up, but with this drizzle in the air, I'm not going to risk it at the present time. But we'll see what happens as the day moves on and we get into this town site. Don't go anywhere. So we are up on the roadway now. The road is sort of curling away from the river a little bit up here. I don't know where it's going to take us, but we've run out of pathway down on the left. There is still a path there, but there's still some construction work going on back behind us. So I've come up onto the roadside, sort of, so we must have another green light up ahead of us. As you can see, last time we didn't have much traffic going on. This time there's a stack of traffic coming down here. So we got a bit of roadway here, but it ends here. So they've got pylons here ready to continue on. So looks like it is going to continue on eventually. But we're gonna have to step over this fence and get right on the side of the road here, because we have a little waterway coming down. So this will be coming down off of the mountains over on our right. So yeah, a little culvert carved out, heading to carry water from the mountain down to the river. It's been a good walk actually. I've quite enjoyed this. Now, if I remember rightly, I think just in here on our right, I've got a, if that's the place I'm thinking of, along here somewhere is a several soccer grounds. Little, they're only sort of half size, but I think there were 2 or 3 of them. Actually came out and watched a coaching clinic, soccer coaching clinic, probably 5 years ago. Yeah, a bunch of kids coming in. I think it was during school holidays. Bunch of kids coming in, learning some new soccer skills. It was good fun. The kids all had a grand time. Was that where it is? I can't remember. It was along this road. I think it might be back behind us somewhere, closer to Gaoyao city itself. That's definitely not soccer pitches in there. I'm not sure what we've got up that way, but we're not going to go for a walk in there just yet. Actually, let's just pull out our map here and try and get some idea. Okay, so over on our right there, that is Zhaoqing fishing field in behind there. Okay, so that's some kind of fish farm. So heading up ahead of us now, we have a road, looks like going off to our left, which is going to take us back down by the river. And we might actually carry on along this main road for a little bit further and sort of get into the middle of this town area up here. Just having a look. Oh, we've got a temple down along to our left. So we might actually go, we're going to go up to our right here for a little way. We have a Jindu big flower bed up along this road, and then we can turn left and head down towards the river, and that will take us to this Wugucun temple. So we have at least a couple of tourist places up through here to have a look at. So must be heavy on seafood sort of industry here. Couple of big prawns at the entrance statement. Let's see if we can find. No, we might have to do that later, try and find out exactly what this area that we're walking into is called. But we will do that. Well, if I forget to do it in the video, it'll be in the title. I will find the name of the place and make sure that's in the title. So yeah, it must be traffic lights up ahead. As you can see, again, the road again is very, very quiet. The traffic all comes in a rush. So you can see cars down here stopping, the cars going in the same direction as us on the other side of the road. So traffic lights must be just down there. What do we have here on our left? Guangdong Province, Zhaoqing City, medium wave propagation station. I don't know what that means. Medium wave propagation station. No, I have no idea. No idea what that place would be. If you're a local, let us know in the comments. What is that? Oh, actually, we have a couple of huge big antennas up here through the trees. So, yeah, okay, I was thinking waves like the ocean. Maybe it has something to do with, can we see these through the trees here? Big towers, they go quite a way up. So it must have something to do with some kind of telecommunications or some kind of signal being sent out or received. Medium wave as opposed to long wave and short wave, fair enough. But I can't tell you much more than that. All right, we're gonna shut off there. We'll get a little bit further up the road and see what else we can find. So over the road here, we have Regal Technology Company, which looks like they do high reach sports products. Don't know what that means. And what's the other one I can see? Have to move around a bit so I can see through the trees. Zhaoqing Rich Train Shoes. So looks like a company in there doing sports equipment. A lot of this area out here that we've walked through so far looks to be all industrial. Seen a couple of sort of metal manufacturing places, a couple of bed making places, mattress places. Looks like a place for car windscreens in here. Then behind us here we have, looks like apartment buildings up in front of us. Nice little entrance gate into, I imagine there'll be some sort of community in behind here that all hang out together. Yeah, looks like it. Lots of houses, 3- and 4-story houses in through there. It's funny when you think, yeah, as an Australian, I think 3- or 4-story house, I think, wow, that's absolutely huge. You know, that's someone who's really, really rich, but most houses here are 3 or 4 floors at least, but they're built on such a small footprint, so they have to build up rather than build out. Very, very different to Australia, where we do have a lot of space. It looks like actually a lot of these places are empty by the look of it. Just trying to see any sign of life in any of them windows, but they do all look like they're empty. I'm not sure what's going on there. Actually, I don't know. More brand new apartments in the back there. They're all really, really new. They were, if I'm remembering which buildings they are, I'm pretty sure they were still under construction when I first arrived here 9 years ago. So very, very new. You can see more buildings being built in the back, but we're not going to be able to see them from here. So yeah, quite a fairly big size apartment complex here. Not really anybody here. Even the shops on the ground floor are all empty. Might just be a bad place to, just a bad place, not enough passing traffic for shops to be in there. Although we do have, looks like we have a dental surgery in this one. So there are a few businesses in there, but not much. All right, what else can we see as we wander down this road? So we're not far actually, on the right. How far is that? I'm trying to get a... So about 700 meters ahead of us on the right, I think it's on the right, is the Jindu Big Flower Bed. So yeah, we're gonna head on down that way. So behind those apartments that we just walked through, we do have more apartments in the back. We do have security in the security gate here. It looks like people do live in the back area, just not in the front area. Big, looks like some kind of big function center here. It all looks very nice through those windows. Another new building here. Wow, they've got a shop in here down on the ground floor. And the top's not even close to being completed. So that's a odd looking thing. I'm surprised they'd have a shop in there before the main structure of the building's complete. I guess the sooner you get tenants in, so they've got quite a big area outside here. Lots of tables and chairs. People to sit out and have coffee. Looks like a coffee shop to me. And then over on our right, mountains up here, right by the town area. What have we got here? Jensing Lu. So Lu, for those who don't know, L-U is basically road or street. There is another word they use as well, which I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, still very, very industrial looking out here. So we got plastic, all sorts of plastic containers for sale over this side. Looks like we have a tire changing place in the other side of that building. Service station up ahead. Yeah, all very, very industrial looking. All right, as we get down to this garden area, we'll be back with you, and well, unless we see something else interesting on our way. Don't go away. So as we wander along here, we see a lot of these factories along the way. They've all got very, very high-tech CNC machines, laser cutting machines, laser welding machines, all sorts of stuff. A lot of the, I sort of don't want to go barging into any of these places, but it does look like there is quite a bit of high-tech manufacturing going on here on a smaller scale. You know, it's not huge, big factories, but look at this place again. We've got a couple of sort of CNC machines out the front, and in much, but they look almost like laser cutting machines in the back there. It's a, you know, when I look at a lot of these buildings, it looks very, very low tech, you know, very, very sort of rough. But when you look in some of these places, they've got really, really good quality equipment. So we have a metal cutting plant there. Oh, we have a electric bike shop on our left here. All new electric bikes for people to buy. Oh wow, they've actually got some mountain bikes in the back as well there. Very cool. What brand is that? AA. Who is AA? Trying to see a sign anywhere, but no, you can't see anything. So we are getting fairly close now to this. Just have a look up. We've got a tourist sign up here pointing out a few places that I probably haven't been to yet. I can't. Okay, so we have Cat's Paw Valley. They're really hard to read. Evergrande Century Dream City, so that will be where the golf course is. Dream Park, Forest Lake Ecological Park. We are actually going to try, okay, so here we have Tail G, so my bike brand. We are going to try and get back out to the golf course sometime in the fairly near future and do a couple of videos out there, because there's a fair bit of interesting stuff out there going on. Kindergarten on our left here, so here's the kindergarten bus. Oh, the door's already open, so it looks like maybe kindergarten's about to come out. What's the time now? It's just gone 4 o'clock, so I think, there we go, welcome children. I think the kindergarten will be fairly close to closing now. What do we got in here? Tyre repair place. Right, now we have a roundabout on the side, big blue sign up there indicating a roundabout ahead, and that is where this garden is meant to be. I'm starting to wonder if the garden they're talking about, oh, we have another Tail G shop here. They are a very, very popular bike here in China. I love mine. It's done me very, very well. Yeah, I'm wondering if this garden they're talking about is just the plants along the on the roundabout in the middle of the street. Maybe there's not actually that much to see, but we'll see when we get up there, which is just up ahead of us now. Looks like another tyre changing place on our left here. Mobil oil. Yes, it is looking exactly like I was suspecting. Looks like the garden they were talking about is just the roundabout planted with flowers. But it's a interesting little neck of the woods. Haven't seen any sign of primary schools or middle schools or anything like that. Seen a few kindergartens along the way. So bus, what have we got? Bus 315. So here's your bus station on the left. Right, let's pull the phone out. Have a look at the map again. Exactly where we are. So yeah, I am thinking more and more that this is what did they call it, the Jindu big flower bed. I'm thinking more and more it is just the roundabout. So not that exciting. Well, not for me, maybe for you if you like flowers. And maybe if we could get over there and have a look, but I'm not gonna try and cross that road over there. So what do we have here? This roundabout, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes going around that roundabout. That's just insane. Too much. Okay, so we had some kind of, what was it they called it down this way? A temple. So we're going to walk down towards our left. Looks like down here this way we have quite a big park area. Just zoom in a little bit and see what else we get. Okay, so we've got a shopping plaza down here. Our elementary school is down this way on our left. Jindu Overseas Chinese Middle School. Oh, that's interesting. Overseas Chinese Middle School. I'm not entirely sure what that would be for. Let's walk a little bit closer up here so we can have a look at some of the shops. Looks like we have bedding stuff in here, blankets, pillows, all that kind of thing. Actually, and then a whole lot of household gear as well. Wallace Burgers and Chicken. So this is your sort of Chinese version of KFC. They do fried chicken. It's not my favorite, although they do seem to be very, very popular here. I'm a fussy eater, so yeah, when I say somewhere is not very good for food, don't take my word for it, because I'm obnoxiously fussy when it comes to food. Oh, that looks all right though. Some kind of, looks like pork, I think. Pork dishes. Little tea house, little cafe, little restaurant, canteen of some form. Looks like a tea shop here. Lots of tea shops here. Apparently, I'll have to find out more about it, but apparently people trade in tea. So you can actually buy tea as like an investment here. You know, like people in the West will buy gold or silver. You can invest in tea here, which is really interesting. So it's all very, very low rise here. Like all the shops out on the street front here are all just single story. I don't see that very often. We do have higher houses in the back, but you know, even there, they're only 3-4 floors. So it's not high rise like we see in other places. Okay, this might be the back of the elementary school down the back here that we saw on the map, I reckon. Good Me, so that's the place to go and get your milk teas. Still, there's a few more shops down this way, sort of tea and food and stuff like that. A couple of clothing shops. Still a lot of industry down through here as well. So it's a, looks like this is very much an industrial part of Zhaoqing. And we do look like we have a bit of work going on as well. There's so we've got an excavator up ahead. We can see the side of the road here. They've got work going on here. So it looks like there is a fair bit of stuff happening here as well. Getting the place fixed up a bit. Another dentist place here on our left. Bakery up here. Put the bakery with all the sweet foods right next door to the dentist. I like that. Although I must say, bakeries here, not really that sweet. Wow, look at these models of cakes in here. They look really good. Yeah, yeah, in Australia, you go and get cakes and stuff. They're very, very sweet. You get something like a caramel slice or something, you know, insanely sweet. They don't really do that. They don't get into sweet foods here that much. Even, you know, you buy locally made chocolate here. Even that, it's not anywhere near like what I would think of. Oh, we've got another bakery over on our right. Oh, there's a wedding dress shop over here. Yeah, they don't generally do sweet food here that much like we would in Australia. Hence the lack of morbid obesity in this place. You do occasionally see overweight people about, but nothing like the amount of really, really big people you'd see in Australia. So another big, fairly big building going on in the back there. Well, fairly big for this area, but no idea what it's going to be. Or if it's just a building that they're building for, here we have, this is our ice cream shop here, which is very, very popular. You see them all around the place here. I don't know whether they're very, very popular all over China or just Guangdong, but you see them here, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, wherever you go in Guangdong, you see them. We're actually looking at heading off tomorrow, heading off to Hezhou over in Guangxi province for a couple of days, probably 2 nights. So we'll do a couple of videos from over that way. Oh, we have a bit of a shopping mall in here, into a supermarket down the back. Another bakery here. Yeah, so we are heading off to Hezhou tomorrow. My mate Elva has just got back. She does, she's a tour guide, basically travels around, well, mainly around China at the moment. She used to do tour guide, you know, take Chinese tourists and be the tour guide through Europe and places going a lot further afield, but COVID put a stop to that. She now does stuff mainly locally, but well, locally within China. So she just got back, I think she said she got back this morning from her latest job, and yeah, her mum's not been terribly well, so she wants to go back to visit her mum, and she sort of asked me if I want to come for a drive, keep her company on the drive. Don't know how long the car trip will be. I think it's about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. And we'll go and hang out there for a couple of days. Hopefully we can catch up with at least a couple of her nieces. I think the 3 older ones will all be in, what are they in? They're all in high school now. Well, 2 of them are in high school. I think one of them might be in a comprehensive school doing a trade, you know, getting a start on a trade because she didn't want to keep going with high school. But hopefully the younger 2 are around and we can catch up with them. Because I haven't seen the girls for a long time, other than the twins who we visited the islands down on the south coast a little while back. Well, probably, when was that? That was last, I don't even remember now. I'm so lost with time. Cigarette shop on our left. There's, it's one of the things they could do with changing here is cigarette culture. There are still a lot of people smoke here. Still get smoking in restaurants and bars, and yeah, that could change a little bit. I mean, I'm a smoker myself, and actually I don't mind smoking in bars. If you're having a beer, you want to have a cigarette with it, but smoking in restaurants, I really, you know, they could stop that quite easily. I wouldn't have any complaints. Even as a smoker, I don't like eating and having smoke blowing over me. It's not a very pleasant thing. If I'm in a restaurant eating where, you know, you can smoke inside, I still step outside to have a cigarette. It's just the, in my mind, it's the right thing to do. People who are eating don't want to be smelling that. All right, so let's have a little look on our map now at where we are now. So a lot of these little alleyways going down here, a lot of housing down that way, down all these little alleyways. What are those machines in the front of there? I'm not sure what they're for, but looks like he does bike repairs, electric bike repairs. So on the map here, just behind, so we're here, just behind these buildings. There should be a big park area by the look of it. Try and have a look down through between these buildings and see what we can see. But no, oh yes, okay, there is a big open park area down there. Should we go for we'll go for a little walk down here and just have a quick look over what that is. One thing I really like about this place is there's not much traffic around anywhere. You can sort of cross the roads very, very easily. Okay, so it looks like it's all veggie gardens and stuff down here by the look of it. Looks like a lot of vegetable plots. Little gardens and whatnot down this way. Yeah, so see all the different little plots in here, and the same thing on this side. It goes quite a way, so we've got public toilets in here. And then get past these toilets. So yeah, quite a big garden area. So I wonder if all the different houses around the place get a little plot to grow veggies, or trying to just see what, I don't know what kind of plant this would be. I have no idea. We'll go for a walk through here. So it looks like we run up this path, and we can take, there's another path running over to our left over here. So walk through this little garden area. These houses just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. That one there on the left looks actually really nice. But it's just stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Sticks out like a bloomin' broken thumb or something. It's a nice looking place. It doesn't look bad at all. Quite a few little birds and stuff flying around in here. They're too small for the camera to pick up. So we've got this little pathway running just through here. Then that temple is pretty much straight down this way towards the river. So we'll get down to there and have a look at what this temple is. So you can see these buildings along the back here. These all look like small factory buildings along here, the same right the way along. So along that roadway will be all factory stuff, I imagine. And then out this way, it's all houses here. But I got no idea what they're planting down here, what all this stuff is. Okay, and here's where we chuck a left. I don't know. I've got no idea what any of that would be. Absolutely no idea, but it's the whole, no, well, I'm starting to think it's not individual families have their own little plots, because it all looks like it's pretty much the same stuff growing everywhere. So it might just be one enterprise. It might be something like a community thing where the whole community profits from whatever they're growing. I don't know, I'm guessing. Have absolutely no idea. Right, let's check our map again, see exactly where we are. So we see here where are we? In here now, little lake here, and then the temple is just up here. So zoom in on this map a little bit, see if we've got another, we don't have another road through there by the look of it. Oh, EK Computer, we've got a computer shop up ahead of us. There's another of these houses just out in the middle of the gardens here. It's very strange. Be a nice and peaceful spot to live though, with nobody too close. No shared walls or anything like that. Oh wow, and then we've got a, yeah, here's this lake we saw on the map. Wow, that does look nice. Yeah, nice little, oh, there's a school bus from the kindergarten coming through here. Oh, so we have a little, some kind of little worship area here. So we can see they've had all the incense down the bottom. If you're Chinese, what is this saying? What is it telling us? So you see really old brick buildings in the back here, but most of what I can see is fairly newish. So just old storage sheds here. Yes, I see this building on our right just here looks much older than everything else that we're seeing. Wow, and they've actually got there's a tree growing up through the middle of that building. Interesting. Little area for the locals to sit here under a bit of cover, look out over the lake and over the gardens with the mountains up in the background. Absolutely beautiful. It's a very nice little spot. Wow, look at this tree. Wow, this is huge and spreads out a long way out to the sides. Okay, we're going to duck up this way. Looks like we have a roadway up ahead of us. We're going to duck up here and try and walk down through along the roadway. So what can we see here? We have a big basketball court in the back here. Looks like they have a some kind of competition coming up. Got signage up here. Wow, I really like the paint job they've done on the floor here. So we've got basketball court, we've got a couple of table tennis tables, maybe toilets in there. I can't see what that's saying, but yeah, I'm imagining they'll have some kind of basketball competition coming up. It is 2025 that's dated, coming up, or it's already happened. Wow, look at the, actually the paintings on the walls here. What does this say? Jindu Da Xiang. I think I said that right. And I'm imagining this is the garden that we just walked through. Another picture on the side here, someone coming in for a nice big slam dunk. Cool dugs. So, off looking for this temple now. We have another really interesting bit of artwork on the left here. So I wonder if this is some sort of music teacher lives here. Although no, it's not just music. We've got the zither, I think it's called, down the front. Some stuff to do with Chinese calligraphy, artwork, Chinese, what is that? Is that like a Chinese chess? Chinese checkers? I'm not sure. Oh, and look at all these trees covering the area here. Absolutely beautiful. This would be a really nice place. Come and sit during the summertime. If you get a bit of breeze coming up through this way, all covered out of the sun by these trees. Gorgeous looking spot. Okay, let's check our map again. Make sure we're on the right path. Okay, so we're looking to see if we can't find a road, a little road through here on our right. Take us through to the temple. Otherwise we'll have to walk right up to the end to the main road. Let's just zoom right in on this map. Now I don't want to start going through there because I don't know that it's going to get us to where we want to go. How are we going for time? It is 4:30 now. So we're doing all right for time. Wow, that place looks rather old. Looks like there's a lot of older places down through the back there. Hence, I'm not sort of going too far that way because you can get lost in the maze and not find your way to where you're actually trying to get to. So it looks like we have another kindergarten on our left here. So see local policemen out the front, so all the kindergartens, when the kids are coming out, the police will come and station someone out the front just to keep things nice and controlled. Security guard there as well. It's what are we, 25 to 5. So yeah, the kids probably mostly will have gone home by now. You see down here again, a lot more old buildings down through here. But we're almost up the main road here now. So we're gonna hit here, turn right, head down, see if we can't find this temple. Oh, we have another school here. Is this another kindergarten? Judging by the look of this kid, I think it is another kindergarten. So, no shortage of kindergartens in this area. Another bakery over on our left here. One thing I have noticed walking around here is a lot less green number plates, a lot less electric cars down through this way. There are still a few about, but not nearly as many as... so this kindergarten runs right the way back through here. So in through the back there's all playground in there. And second floor, I can hear all kids up chattering away up there, so it's quite a big It looks fairly small from the front when I walk past that front entrance, but it goes back a long, long way. Much bigger than it looked. Okay, so we've got a walkway over the road up here. What have we got up here? Map. So still, see these buildings here, they all look like they've had their fronts fairly recently redone just to tart them up a little bit. Oh, here we see again a lot of electronic gear in there doing some kind of manufacturing. It's funny, all these manufacturing places that when I was a kid, yeah, they just would have been dirty, horrible places. I remember my old man was a mechanic. You know, going into the workshop, it was all grease and oil and everything everywhere. Now all these places are spotlessly clean and just really, really nice. What do we got over on our left here? We've got a sign over here. It's all in Chinese. There's no English on there. It looks like there is some kind of cycling race coming up. Oh, this is the, okay, so in front of us now, this is the car ferry terminal, I think. I'm pretty sure it is, which I'm still not, yeah, I didn't know they still did a car ferry service with, you know, all the bridges now. So, just up here and over onto our left here somewhere should be this temple. So more manufacturing machines here. I don't know what these are. Some sort of drills by the look of it, or some kind of press. Is this our temple here? I thought from the map that... Okay, no, we've got temple on our left up here. But this might be part of it down here as well. So have a look. Wow, these are the parts on the top of the buildings there, the little carvings, statues. They look fantastic. And then we have more over this way. So we might duck down here first, just have a look in here, see if we can see what this is. And then we'll duck over to our left and have a look at what we've got over that side. We will be careful. I don't want to go filming places I shouldn't be filming. Respect their religion and their beliefs and stuff, but we'll see what we can see. Wow, look at these really, really old structures here. I do hope they keep stuff like this. And then this is part of the temple. So this goes quite a ways down the back here. We'll just have a quick little look inside. I'm not going to go wandering too far in. Okay, everything looks closed up in there, so we won't go there. We'll go over the other side into what I think looks like the main temple area. So we're going to turn off for a minute. We'll go and check out what's in there first, because I don't want to go just wandering in there with the camera going. And if I get permission to film, we'll get the camera back on. So stick around. Hopefully we can take you inside up here. So we have a couple of worship areas in here, another big area in here which we're not going to go inside of because respect. But all the incense burning areas down here. There's this temple in the left here. There's some beautiful artwork in here. Really, really nice. Definitely worth a visit. But we'll take you walking back out here. We have all these tablets on the left here. We have a speaker here. Just a little solar powered thing, which don't know how well you can hear that, but it's just very quiet chanting going on. So yeah, all these tablets along the way. I love discovering these places. So this is brand new find for me. Another temple to come and explore again. Now, if I remember rightly, someone said, I'm guessing. I know in other places this sort of thing is different family names and how much they donated to build these local areas. So we'll just spin around. This is a gate leading us into the temple, and then up on the roof. It's a bit hard to see. We can't really zoom far enough, but we can see I love the designs they put on the top of the roofs of these things. Okay, so we are now heading down this way, and down here somewhere should be the eastern bridge to get us back over to Guangzhou. We'll try and let's just check my check my step tracker here. How far have we? So we've walked nearly 10 kilometers. So yeah, not a bad little walk. These mountains up in front of us here, these also I want to try and get up on top of sometime. Go for a climb up them. A couple of them, they do have hiking paths up there, but I haven't actually managed. I was going to go up with a couple of students. A couple of years ago we arranged to go up, but the weekend we were going to go up, it turned out to be really, really bad weather. So we had to cancel. We've never sort of reorganized. A lot of older, so this looks much, much older area down here. So there's the bridge that we're walking to. This is the far eastern bridge in in this part of Zhaoqing. A lot more gardens down the front here. So I mentioned earlier, we came over, me and my mate Peter, we rode our bikes over this bridge and rode right the way back through Zhaoqing. We actually went somewhere down in this area. I can't remember where it was. I could never find the street again. We rode down that way just to find a little shop to have a drink on our way through, and we were sat down right as school was coming out, and sat out on the footpath having a beer, and all these primary school kids coming out, and they were very, very surprised. Looks like we might have another kind of a temple down in here. What's this ground here like? We might just try and slowly. Oh, we've got steps over here. Let's go to the steps. Go and have a look at what this one is down here. So we see all this red along the ground here. This is all paper from fireworks. So they must have had some big celebration recently, where they lay all the firecrackers down and set them off, and the noise and the flashing is supposed to scare away bad spirits. They're very, very loud. If you've seen any of the videos we've done where we've seen that happening, it's extremely loud. So we see up on the entrance gate here, up on the top, we've got these dragon symbols again, which tells me that I'm pretty sure this will be another kind of a temple down in here somewhere. We're not going to go wandering too far down into there. It's a place we might come back and explore a bit further in the future, because the video is already going to be fairly long. Hey, and there does look something else up along here worth a bit of a look. Maybe might have another temple area down this way. It's been a good walk actually. It's with it being a bit cooler, it's much easier to do the walking. All these buildings here, these all look much, much older than most of what we've seen around the place so far. It's sort of the oldest looking area that we've been. So this is another area we might actually have to come out another time and actually spend a bit of time exploring through this little area. See what we can see. We'll maybe, that rain that was hanging around earlier, that has pretty much gone now. So we might actually stop just up the road here, get the drone up and get some aerial shots over this little area for you. Give you a look at how it looks in the sky. Yeah, so it looks like we do have another temple of some kind in here. Oh, we're going to have to get down there. There's some beautiful artwork down there, which is probably not going to come up terribly well on the camera from this distance. Oh, I think we're going to go for a little walk inside this area and have a look. Definitely. But before we walk inside, have a look at these murals painted on the wall here. So start down this end. Have a look at this. Wow, that is absolutely stunning. We've got a boat up here on the river. Bridge over the water. More boats over this way. Wow, these are just stunning. That is really, really nice. So it's painted on tiles. And then over the other side, so here's the entranceway. Over the other side here, this mural carries on right the way along. That is absolutely stunning. Looks like we have some kind of performance happening in here. So Chinese opera, crowds out the front watching. Some kind of procession happening down here. And then looks like farm workers and stuff over this side. Wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. Really, really nice. All right, let's take you inside here. We'll just have a quick little look. Quick little look at what we've got through these doors. Wow, so it is just an entranceway to this area. Wow. We've got steps going up to the right here. Just step back a little bit, see if we can see what might be up in the top of there. Whether it's worth our while. It should be worth our while. Let's take a stroll up these steps, see what we can see. If we can see anything. Okay, not really. It's just a sitting area. Oh, it's too narrow. It's too narrow for me to turn around on. Walk back down backwards. Up. My drone and my backpack on my back. Just no room to turn around. So, let's get back up onto the main roadway here. So yeah, this is an area I'm going to have to come and spend a wee bit of time exploring. Because I love these old areas. So, yeah, all right. So we're going to sit down just up the road here. Actually, there's a another set of steps there. We're going to sit down there. Actually, we've got a set of steps right here. Sit down here. We'll get the drone up, have a bit of a fly over this area, give you a little look around, and then we'll be back on the road again. We'll probably wait until we get right back over to the bridge over here to finish up with. So yeah, stick around. There will be a little bit more to come. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we managed to get the drone up for a couple of minutes. But we got a little bit of drizzle starting again, so I very quickly got it back down. Wow, look at these behind us here again. Some more really, really old looking places down here. So yeah, this is an area I am going to get back to and actually go through and explore through some of this area. It's absolutely spectacular. There's some really, really cool old looking stuff in here. But we're now heading over towards the bridge. Yeah, ready for our trip to Zhaoqing tomorrow, which by the time we actually get this video posted, I've probably been to Zhaoqing and got back already. But yeah, it's busy. So yeah, it's been a really good little walk today. Seen a lot of new stuff, a lot of new places. There was something that's what I was going to mention. So I'm stood back up behind us up there flying with drone, and this is one thing that you get fairly regularly is this old guy. This old guy comes up, and you know, the drone's out of sight. You can't, well, it's not totally out of sight. I could see it because I'm used to sort of picking up where my drone is. But for him, I doubt he could see my drone at all. And looks like we have, just spin this camera around again. So we have another little worship area down in here. So it's not really a temple, it's just lots of different little, few different little worship rooms. That rain is starting to pick up. We're under a tree now. Yes, I'm flying up. This sounds like a school in here. Actually, I can see kids in there. So we have a primary school by the look of the size of those kids. In the window I can see another level of classrooms down there, another level up above, so 3 floors. And I can hear some of them out playing. They must have a PE class out on the other side. I can hear some whistles blowing and kids running around. But yeah, this old guy, with people sort of, you know, my age and younger. Okay, yeah, so here we have the playground out the back of this school. So yeah, sort of people my age and younger will see me flying the drone. They'll come over and they'll look at the controller. They'll try and have a look at the screen to see what I'm seeing and all that sort of stuff. Which, no problem, I don't mind people doing that. But you get these, I mean, the guy that came and watched me, he must have been 70, 75, you know, old, much older guy. And when you get people that age come and watch you fly your drone, they don't watch the drone and they don't come and look at the screen, they just watch me operating the drone. It always gives me a chuckle. So this rain's coming down a little bit heavier now, so we're going to put the camera away and we'll be back with you. We'll sort of take you for a little walk over the bridge as we head over that way and finish up there. So stick around, there'll be a little bit more still to come. So we're almost at our bridge here that we're going to walk back over. But just over on our right here, it looks like we have some kind of water treatment plant in here. But I mentioned in the video the other day when we went for a walk through Zhaoqing, I mentioned everywhere has solar panels now. Well, these roofs have all been covered in solar panels right the way around, big solar panels out the back. Yeah, so much of this kind of thing going on now. So the whole top of the building's been covered with solar panels. It is a really good thing to see that they are really pushing on with renewable energy here, because the world does need it. We can't keep pumping crap into the atmosphere over and over and over. I am hoping we can actually get up onto the footpaths over this bridge here. I'm hoping they're not closed. I very, actually, if ever, see anybody actually walking over this bridge. So we hope that we can get up there. So what we have here is actually 2 bridges. So yeah, one carrying traffic this way, one carrying traffic the other way. This was one bridge when I first got here. The one closest to us on our side here is the newest bridge. This was built, guess they finished it maybe 3 years ago. I'm not entirely sure that I remember accurately how long ago they finished that. But yeah, we used to, every time I drove past, I'd have a look and they'd have all barges and stuff down in here. Watch them putting the bridge up. It was an amazing project to sort of watch it from start to finish. So the, oh, we can't even see it from here. The center bridge back there was under construction when I got here, and they finished that maybe 6 months to a year after I arrived. And pretty much as soon as they finished that bridge, they got working on this one here. So yeah, we can start to see, we'll see as we get under the bridge, you'll see the two distinct bridges. Have more basketball courts over here to our right. So walking back, as we were walking through that older area, actually these you just see over the top of the trees here. There's two sets of apartment buildings here. They were all under construction when I was on my way here. So under the bridges here, basketball courts, table tennis courts, exercise gear, some playground equipment down there for the kids. Looks like we've got more of this village continuing over this way. Right, looks like we can get up onto these bridges, so we're going to do that. We're going to go over on the far side, I think. So we'll go to the furthest footbridge. So they're saying no motorbikes. I've only been over here, over this bridge. The once we went over here with Peter on our push bikes, long time ago. Haven't been over here since. So, wow, a lot of ponds down here. So I'm guessing they do a bit of fish breeding. Okay, here we go, up the steps. Not entirely sure what that's all about, but up the steps we go. Hey! So no climbing the railings, according to the sign, which, yeah, we're already way up above the ground here. You definitely don't want to be doing that. It is a very high bridge, this one. I do wonder if this is actually higher than the other two that we go over. And it is quite a long bridge as well. Probably a couple of kilometers, I would imagine. By the time you actually, it'd be approaching a kilometre to get over the river, if not more than a kilometre. It is a fairly wide part of the river, but the bridge extends a long way back down this way, and then once you get over the other side, it's always also a long way down the other way until you get back to ground level again. Wow, so here we are, up to the bridge level. So over on our right here, we'll get up past this. So through here, the river running through between the mountains. Over the other side of the river there is Antelope Gorge. Really nice place to go for a walk. Comes out at Ding Hu on the other side. Electric bike coming over the river. Yeah, this is a long bridge. We have a lot of development going on down over here. A lot of new buildings being put down this way. This apartment complex in here is brand new. I would imagine they've still got plenty of apartments in there for sale. It has only very, very recently opened up. Wow, and look at boating going down under there. We're definitely a lot higher up than we would be on the western end of the city. And really quite windy up here as well. Having to hold onto my hat as we walk along here. Quite a good breeze blowing over. And plenty of traffic coming along here. Wow, how are we going for time now? It is 5:30. So it'll be another hour, probably hour and a half to make it back home again from here. Once we get down on the other side, it is probably about 9 or 10 kilometers to get back down. Whoa, that was a strong gust. 9 or 10 kilometers to get back home from here. So yes, we've still got quite a bit of walking still to do. Wow, that wind is really blowing up here. What an amazing view. Wow. Another boat's coming under the river here, under the bridge here. Gee, the busy little river, this one. There's always plenty of boating going up and down here. Well, almost always. Spring Festival, it dies. There's almost no boating during the sort of Chinese New Year break. I do want to try and get onto one of these boats sometime and actually do a trip up and down the river with them. Just, you know, if I can find one that sort of does, you know, just operates locally here. I'd love to sort of just go up the river a little way, come back. Oh, here's another one coming right underneath us. A container boat. Well, we are way up above him. Oh, so we see solar panels on the top of the what do they call the part where you sit in the boat? I don't know. Solar panels for power to help out. Wow, I wonder what. Okay, so we've got CCTV cameras here. These must be watching the boats, I imagine. Keeping an eye on the river, making sure everybody's doing the right thing. What have we got here? Some kind of spotlight. I wonder what that's used for. Wow. So yeah, this bridge here is really quite old, this one. But over the other side here, brand new. It'll be, yeah, maybe 3 years ago they finished that. Wow, and she's very busy with traffic. It's an interesting noise these cars are making. A real whistling sort of noise on on this cement, so they haven't got bitumen on this this section of road. It's all this cement with these lines carved into it. And yeah, the cars are making a really strange whiny noise as they go past us. Well, look at this flock of birds down here flying over the water. So over this way in here is the Nimble Shopping Centre, which probably the biggest shopping centre in Zhaoqing. That's where I go for my DJI stuff. That's where they have the local DJI store in there, which hopefully I'll be visiting them again soon for the new Pocket 4, which I'm hoping the rumours are correct. According to rumours, it has a much better zoom camera on the Pocket 4 than what we have now. Which, if they do, I will definitely be buying one. This one that we're using now, the Pocket 3, you get a 2x zoom, but it's really not enough. I really want to be able to zoom, you know, maybe 5 times to be able to get in and see stuff that you just can't really zoom in on at the moment. Wow, there's a truckload of pork, live pigs on the way to, well, I imagine on the way to a slaughterhouse somewhere. I don't actually know where the slaughterhouse is here in Zhaoqing for animal slaughter. I know from talking to Tony, it used to be down here along the base of the mountain here, way back. Well, maybe not that way back, but before my time. I don't think that's where they do it anymore. I think it's all moved somewhere else. I'm not sure where they've gone. And I don't really want to find out. It's not the sort of thing I really want to go and do videos about. Not that I don't love eating meat, but I don't want any part of the actual killing them and stuff. Not my deal. Wow, so we're still going. It is like I said, it's a long walk over this bridge. So yeah, that little village that we walked through back at the end of the video there, we're definitely going to get back there. As I was walking back and it was raining and I couldn't really film, there's a lot of interesting stuff there. It's the sort of place I hope that they do something with. There's some really interesting looking old buildings. Like I say, we'll go back there another day and actually spend a bit more time in there and have a good look around. I'll ride the electric bike over there so I can just park up and operate from there and walk around and have a good look around the place and see what else we can find, because there's a lot of little temples in there. Looks like there's a few ancestral halls in there. There's another truckload of pigs off to market. Wow, another big truck going by. Can't see what he's carrying. Plenty of traffic coming over here now. We are into rush hour by now. So it'll be busy, busy, busy. Man, look at this, we're still walking. It is a, oh wow, they got lights all the way along here. I wonder if they do some sort of light show here in the evening. I don't get out this end of the city enough to be able to see, but yeah, we got lights all the way along here. So here's another one here, another big spotlight. We've got all LCD or LED lighting down along the bottom here, so they'll all light up at night time. Another big spotlight. We'll have to try and get out, sit down out here sometime one evening and see what happens. That beach area that we saw the other day over in Zhaoqing, got another area like that just over here along the riverfront, not nearly as big as what we have over in Zhaoqing, much smaller, but there's always a good crowd of kids in there. And we're still walking over the water. We're getting closer to the riverbank, but even once we reach the riverbank, it's another fair way to get right over to the roadway. So more new apartments over here. We've got a brand new, I think it's a middle school over in here, which actually we might get over this bridge, now we'll turn the camera off and we'll head over. We'll show you this brand new school and finish up over there. We're still over the water. So other stuff coming up while we're still trying to get off this bridge. So yeah, the next couple of days we're heading over to Hezhou over in Guangxi province. We're going to head over there, be there for, well, one night, maybe 2 nights, maybe 3 nights, we'll see how we go. But certainly a couple of days. We'll try and get you a couple of videos over there. Then I will be over to Guangzhou next week. I have to go and renew my passport, so we're going to head over there, spend a couple of days over there, and look at doing a few more videos over in Guangzhou while we've got this time off of school. Oh, did someone just send me a message? Who's this? No idea. I think that's my phone company sending me more advertising. So we are now, after all that time, we're now just approaching the riverbank here. Someone fishing down there. Another flock of birds flying over the river there. But we've still got quite a long way to go. So when the river floods, all of this here is underwater. We are still quite a way. The roadway is way up over here. Such a long walk. What's the so we were 13 degrees earlier, we're now down at 12 degrees. So these apartment buildings here that we pointed out, brand new. A lot of them not moved into yet. We do have a number of apartments lit up, so there are some of them occupied now. But moving into a moving into a new apartment building like that is not something I would want to do. I'd rather wait a couple of years and move in a couple of years later. The reason being, I've talked about it before, a lot of places like this, when you buy an apartment, you're basically buying the shell. And you buy the shell and then you have to put in all your own electrics and water and gas and cupboards and you know, kitchen cabinets and all that sort of stuff. So if you move into one of these places long before everybody else, it is just going to be months and months of noise. I know when someone's doing any work in my apartment building, you know, refurbishing, which has happened a couple of times, it's weeks and weeks of bloody jackhammering and stuff, and it just reverberates through the whole building. It is really, really not pleasant at all. So we are almost now, we're almost at the steps to take us back down the other side. Big grate, stop people jumping over in front of the cars or throwing stuff over, things falling off. And it's still another, it'll be another 800 meters down there before you actually get off of the bridge. It is a very, very long bridge, this. We can see here, we are still well above the roadway. So this here is an on-ramp onto the road here, which is raised up. But you can see the actual roadway goes underneath here, underneath this raised area. So the actual ground level is down at this road level. So we're still very, very high up. It's a yeah, huge bridge, and we can see the bridge carries on way, way down around the corner there. It just keeps on going. So it looks like we have groundworks here ready for some more. Probably going to be doing more apartment buildings in here. Be a great place to be here, looking out over the river, the mountains there. It'd be a pretty damn nice place to live, actually. Unless you're stuck in the middle, apartments with no view. I would hope you get a good discount for that one. So that's got us over the river. We're going to turn off there. We're going to wander down to this new school, give you a little look at this new school, and we'll finish up there. So stick around, there will be a little bit more to come. So by the time we get here at this new school, it is starting to get dark. So behind here in this corner here, looks like a big grassed area. So we get just a little bit further up the way here. We have all stadium sort of seating in here, and the big playground running track in the other side of there. It is a very, very sizable school, this one. I don't know about all the students, but I think a lot of the students stay on campus during the week. So they have all accommodation, the students board here. Try and get past these trees here a little bit. You see quite a few kids out there on the playground. I think this is a middle school, but I may be wrong on that. It may be a high school, but pretty sure it's a middle school. So we have through the back here what look like all accommodation buildings through here. We can see some of the kids out there on the playground now, running around, kicking a soccer ball around, others running around the running track. Basketball courts up the front here. It's always basketball courts in China. And then as we carry on up this way, we get towards the teaching buildings up the front. But it is a huge school. It's also very popular. I've heard a lot of people talking about trying to get their kids into this school. I think this is, if I remember rightly, Zhaoqing #1 middle school. But yeah, this goes right down the back over here. And then, yeah, so they look like dormitory buildings through there. And then all the teaching buildings up the front here. I don't know how many students they would have there. I don't know if all the kids board here. I suspect they probably do. From what I've seen so far with schools, well, high schools, I think most of the high schools I've seen, just thinking about all the different high schools I've seen, I think most of them, the students board in. Middle schools are a bit more hit and miss. Some are boarding schools, some are schools where they go home. What do we have going on down here? We have, so the bottom of this building down here, we have all table tennis tables in there. Quite a few kids in there playing table tennis. So I wonder if that building also has other, it's a sporting facility building. Yeah, so looking back through this way now, definitely dormitory buildings back through there. I can see all the kids' clothes hanging up on the balconies. And then all the teaching buildings around through this way. But it is a huge, huge place. It's actually with this sort of pretty solid cloud cover above us, it's actually getting dark really, really early tonight. I can just hear that music. Oh, we've got kids walking down here. Don't know if you can see that, walking down the steps here with lion dance costumes. So they obviously do some cultural stuff in the school as well. And then here's our main entrance down here. Can we see a sign somewhere with the name of the school on it? I'm pretty sure it's #1 middle school. Wow, look at that gate at the entrance to get in. So we've got yeah, parents down here dropping food off to their children. The kids don't like the canteen food, so yeah, we have I imagine teaching buildings through here. I imagine that will be an admin building over this way. But yeah, it's a huge school. Underground parking under there, so teachers all parking underground. Any signage? No, I can't see anything, actually. Pull out our map. Our map should tell us. Location. Yes, okay, so Zhaoqing #1 middle school and senior high school department. So I don't know what senior high school department means. I imagine they have both middle school and high school in there. So yeah, looks like teaching buildings all the way back through here as well. Love to try and get in there and do a tour sometime. Have a look through a big school here in Zhaoqing. We'll maybe see if I can find someone I know who works in the school there. So that's going to do us here for our walk today. Yeah, it's been a good walk. We've done now, what do we got? Coming up on 14 kilometers walking. So yeah, we've got about another 8 or 9 kilometers to walk to get back home. So we've still got a bit of work in front of us. So we're going to leave things there. Like, share, subscribe. Questions or comments on anything you've seen so far, down there in the comment section as always. Facebook, A Scot in China. Look us up, come and join the group. Sharing all sorts of whatever sort of China stories I find there. And as always, if there's anything you would like to know about life here in China, in Guangdong, especially here in Zhaoqing, again, hit us up down there in the comment section. If you come up with a good idea for a video, I'll go do the research, make you a video just for you. But for now, it's time to go home, get some dinner organized, and crash out, get ready for the trip away tomorrow. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.